Good morning, Mateo. I am all the way in Florida and it's about 8:15, 8:20 here. So share with us a little bit about who you are and where you are.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Nyree. My name is Mateo, also Matteo Chandler. Depends on where in the world you might find me. Usually I'm in Guatemala, and this is where I live and work with the cacao on a regular basis. So that's why I go by the name Mateo there. And this is my life's passion. My life's work is to work with the cacao, to help grow it, to help share it, to help teach people about how to work with it. And also put into sharing the practice of space holding, which goes beyond just that of cacao, but space holding in general. So coming to you here live from India, and glad to be getting to connect with you before meeting up in 2 weeks on March 18th.
Perfect. Thank you. So Mateo's in India and it's almost 7 o'clock there. So just we're enjoying his moonlight. We can see the moon behind you.
Oh,
So
yes.
beautiful. Yes. Yes. So if for those who do not know anything about cacao and have any idea about what we're talking about, what would you want to say to them or really have them understand?
Thank you. I guess just starting from the top. Yeah, what is this day about? What is this training about? Why would someone come to this training, especially if they know nothing about cacao, or even if they do? And this is an attempt for me to reach people that wish to step forward in their community, but maybe they don't feel 100% comfortable in doing so yet. And that could be with cacao specifically, or it could be space holding in general. Could be even in, a yoga class or a nonviolent communication workshop or whatever the case is. But, you're also in the healing arts, and I know you know as well as I do that we need more and more people that feel comfortable and confident to step out and bring people together instead of, encouraging this world of separation, really bringing together community. And so that's what this day is about how to hold space and how to create community. So that's about half of it. And all of the different aspects that go into that, such as how we prep people before they come to the space. What materials do we need? What does the container look like? What is the context of the day, astrologically, or the time of year, or the nature that's taking place? Who is the crowd? Who's the audience? Who's the people that are coming to this? That it's going to be very different if we're doing some kind of workshop for, let's say, a group of entrepreneurs in their office versus a group of doctors or a group of yogis. And so we've got so much contextual ideas that we can take into account. And then there's after the ceremony, after the space, and that's going to be the context of integration. And so in the integration piece, we really bring together how do we send people off in a good way so that they don't just come together, have an amazing experience, but then how do I bring this into my life? And so there's a lot of different aspects before and after that I teach and how to hold space. But the core is how to move energy, how to pay attention and listen subtly to what is the group asking for, because we have both the masculine directive energy, that's the structure, and then we also have the feminine, that's the listening, the surrender, and where we just say, okay, the group and the ceremonial energy wants to go in a different way than what I had planned, but we're going to go there because that's what's right for the moment. And so we just take into account all these subtleties that I've been, gaining over the last 8 years working in these spaces, from teaching yoga, doing sound healings, doing cacao ceremonies, working as an assistant for ayahuasca shaman from Colombia, all of these different things. And so that's a good half of the training. The other half is the cacao. And that's for the people that really want to either learn more about this medicine or, from the start have never even heard about it. And cacao is a heart-opening medicine. It's a medicine that the Mayans for thousands of years have used to bring people together in community, whether it be at weddings or births or coming of age ceremonies, royal ceremonies, preparing to go out to war. They call this the food of the gods for a reason. And it's because of the way that it really opens up and expands us and brings us into a state of expanded consciousness. And it's a great gift, and so that's why we call it the food of the gods. Yeah, that's a little bit about it. Maybe we can converse a little more, but I just get so passionate.
No, that was perfect. Thank you. So I love what you're saying about, when we do a training, sometimes, we don't realize all the pieces that are involved when we are facilitating ceremony. And I think for people that really feel called to cacao or any other types of modalities, but want to understand and learn more about, how exactly do I convey the beauty of this and feel comfortable to share it, because they are drawn to it. And sometimes they just need a little help with that part, because as you and I know, the medicine kind of speaks for itself and really will do what it naturally does. And so we're there to create that bridge just to facilitate the process and have people feel really safe. And so when that heart opening is taking place, their vulnerability is really honored, and that we can just make room for all that is going to basically be expressed. And so I love how you're saying it about the masculine and the feminine aspects of that. And I feel like sometimes on our own journeys, we're also balancing that. So spending a day together and enhancing and getting more clarity on that for ourselves will then allow us to be better to serve others. So thank you for saying it like that. So one of the things I wanted to mention is, so when I met you and we had done a retreat, I had done a retreat in October, and I had the honor of having Mateo be present to do the opening for that event. And what I will say is, it was just the most beautiful opening, not just heart opening, but I feel like with cacao, it just really creates this space of presence and really going within. And it just allows us to do that and get out of the mind, which often we're so stuck in. And it really allowed us to start that event and those, couple of days that we were all sharing together, to just get into that. And we had some people show up who really, most of them knew nothing about what was going to happen. They trusted me in a sense, and showed up, and really, they were called to be there, had nothing to do with me. And so when they showed up and we had done that ceremony, and I'm sharing this so people understand the impact and the beauty of this medicine, what I saw in that room with all of those walls kind of just falling down, with a group of strangers who could just get together and support one another with such depth of love, and just sharing who they are to really help the other individual. And it was just so beautiful. So I feel like the training is partly us learning how to hold that space, facilitate the bridge for this medicine, and also deepening our own journeys in not just participating in the medicine, but also just going deeper within. So we're healing our parts as we keep moving along to hold that space for others.
Thank you. Exactly. Like, man, I mean, I want to use that as an example for everyone that's watching. I mean, literally, as you said, you had a room of probably 25, 30 people, and many of them not knowing each other, and yet there was people laughing, crying, reaching out to support each other, like yelling across the room to support each other if they were far enough away. Just to see the power of the container and the power of the cacao and her wisdom that is working through all of us in that moment, to bring us open and to bust our hearts open, and to, like you say, get out of the mind and help us step into the body. And man, just such a beautiful experience to witness that. And that was all within like 1 hour. And then, so and this training that we'll be doing on the 18th, it's how to teach people how to lead, any time frame, but at least a 6 or 7 hour ceremony. And, and so that's, I mean, in a way, the whole training, we will be stepping into that ceremonial space and experiencing it firsthand. And then also you will be getting like the logical pieces, the scientific aspects of what's happening in the body, what chemicals are being released in the brain that are making people feel good, you know, why it is that all of a sudden emotional blocks that people have experienced for months or years are just moving and transformation is happening. And so, yeah, getting to know the plant, getting to know the piece, getting to have a sense of confidence around sharing it, even if you're a total beginner at it or novice with the medicine. And then, as you say, how to gain confidence if you've already got some kind of skill, that maybe you just need a little more like sacred space holding, you know, subtlety and nuance that me and you will be able to bring, you know, and kind of whisper in their ear and give some clues to pay attention to as they're doing this. And yeah, so people will walk away more, you know, ready to bring this to the world. So yeah.
Well, I really, really appreciate you sharing yourself, your gifts, and bringing this medicine really all over the world. And I am so grateful that we crossed paths, because it has really enhanced my own personal journey and so many of the other people that this medicine has touched. And I know that's part of our desire, and like you said, passion, to just continue to share all of these beautiful types of healing modalities that the earth has just created for us, you know,
Yeah.
to marvel in. And I'm excited, I'm honored, and I can't wait to see you when you're back from India
Yep.
and many of the other places. And I will share the details with anyone who's interested. I feel like for me, the last thing I'd probably want to say is, you know, this is for everyone, for people who may never want to even hold a sacred space and share it with others. If this is just something you feel called to, and you want to immerse yourself in an entire day of getting to experience this medicine, understand how it works, how to hold that space, whether you know something about it or everything about it, it's for everyone. I just feel like if you feel called to it, just to listen to that voice from where it's coming from, and just go ahead and follow through and trust the rest as it occurs.
Thank you so much. Yes, that's a very well said. And I also, you know, just want to say, even as you said, for the people that might not even want to hold these kinds of spaces, remember that this will even teach you how to like be in your family space, or your own immediate family, your nuclear family, your family. You know, maybe you have a hard time, you know, kind of knowing how. Like a lot of people, especially when we start to wake up, we want to bring things to our family, and we say they just don't get it. I can't reach them. I can't speak the same language. And these will even be skills that teach us how to relate in a way that we can more intuitively navigate these kinds of spaces. So yes, there's many reasons to come, even if you don't plan on facilitating any, you know, any ceremonies or something. It's like a lot of people, they go to yoga teacher trainings just for themselves, they think,
Right.
and then you know, shortly teaching and they're enjoying it. And yeah, so yes, I hope that everyone comes out. And also just to say, you know, this is the very first event of a tour that I'm going to be doing all over the US. And for you, Dr. Nyree, and your tribe of you know, wonderful people there, giving a special discount at about half the cost of what I'm charging anywhere else. So you know, $333 is you know, going to go towards me sharing this medicine, towards the years of experience, and again, it's something that if you really, really, really want to come, and even that is too much for you, please reach out anyways to whoever's watching this that may hear this. If that is the factor that would prevent you from coming, don't let that stop you. We can work something out. We would rather have you there. We need more and more people sharing themselves and their medicine, whether it's cacao or another. So please just make it there. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Mateo. And I will share some of the details. And of course, anyone who has questions, because Mateo's in India, please also reach out directly to me, and I'll be more than happy to get you to him and get you to this training if you feel called to do so. All right, my friend, well, enjoy your beautiful moonlight and dinner. and we will see you soon.
Yeah, see you in 2 weeks.
All
March
right,
18th.
much love. Much love.
Okay, much love.
Okay, my dear. Bye-bye.
Namaste.